Welcome to Marvel Champions Podcast, a podcast about Marvel Champions, the card game. I'm your host, Scott, and with me, as always, my co-host, Ryan.
Yes, we are back again and coming at you with some aspect accountability.
Oh, Ryan. Do we have a fun aspect tonight? We've gone through a few of them now.
That's right, we've gone through some justice, and I think the one they call aggression, and then more recently we did some leadership. So I think it's time to move on to the other aspect that everyone loves. No, it is not what you think it is, it's something else.
Yeah, this is a aspect that I don't think anybody saw coming.
It is the pool aspect.
The pool aspect.
I definitely did not see it coming.
Yeah, just looking over this, there's only so many, Ryan, so this might be a quicker accountability here.
I know. This is something that we've talked about in the past, but we'll talk about it towards the end. But there's only been one release of the pool aspect, so it's desperate for some new life.
Yeah, and based off of interviews with developers and things, you won't really see pull cards just kind of sprinkled in kits. You would need to have a full, almost like another hero, like a Deadpool, to have a bit of pool aspect being built and built more with cards.
Well, Scott, do you think when the designers developed all this that they were seriously considering this as a actual aspect, or was it more like a joke and then it kind of just kept evolving and they were like, well, I guess we're kind of too far into this. We might as well just make it into an aspect.
We're this deep, we just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but, I think they were like, yeah, let's do this, and then it happened, and then they created a new aspect and didn't maybe realize the full repercussions of what that would entail. Who knows?
Who knows? That is the real question. Who knows? Well, Scott, as always, I like to start off by asking, what do you think is the primary objective of the pull aspect? What is its main purpose?
I think it has to do with icons and symbols. I think it likes to focus on giving you those and making you balance the negatives and give you some positives based off of what icons and symbols are out there that typically are seen as a negative or downside to a card or a villain card.
Yep. Absolutely agree. All about those icons. Let's make things worse so we can play better type ideology here.
Yeah, I think it's a cool concept, but there is that balance of like, I always play with trying to get rid of these icons, and now I have to try and keep them out to benefit me and
Mm-hmm.
not lose the game at the same time.
Yep. Yeah, there's one card when we get to it I think perfectly illustrates the reason why pool needs some more cards. But what do you think is the secondary objective and what it's trying to do? This one's a little harder.
I think the secondary is probably based off of the events, and it's taking like some core events and making them better. It's like when you first get the game, you're like, man, that card's so good, but what would be really good is if that card did this, and that's what those pull events do.
You won the grand prize. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, I think the pool is a great way to take some cards that weren't great or very average and put a new spin on them. And I think it's been a great design, like free for all for the game. So I think they've done a good job on that aspect of it.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I've got a question for you. It's
All
quiz
right.
time.
Oh no.
All right. How many pull cards have a wild resource?
You did a resource? No.
No cheating now.
Oh, I'm cheating all day. I would probably say maybe a few at most, like two or three.
Is that your final answer?
I mean, if you're not letting me cheat, then yeah.
You would be wrong. There's only one wild resource in the entire pool aspect,
Interesting.
unless whoever's uploaded these cards has led me astray.
It's probably that. Let's be honest.
And that would be rock, paper, scissors, Ryan.
I like that card. Well, since we're already talking about an upgrade, let's talk about upgrades. Scott, what are some of the top upgrades for the pool aspect?
All
It's
right.
it's pretty
So,
easy for me. There's
oh,
like
go ahead.
two very standouts.
Yeah. There are some decent ones. I think for like most playability, right? If I'm not going full like pool wacky craziness, but if I was like going to pretend to like actually play a real game with the pool aspect, I think I would make sure I include healing factor.
Very good card.
It's probably not my number one, but I'm afraid you're going to take my number one, so I won't steal all your thunder, Ryan.
You can still. Yes, I think
Because
healing factor is definitely one of the best upgrades, no doubt.
I want you to say my number one card.
That's why you just wanted me to pronounce.
But yes, healing factor, it's like your Wolverine without being Wolverine. So I like
Yeah.
it, and it works on both sides, alter ego and hero. So you just got to remember to do it. That's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, yeah. I love that it's a superpower, 3 costs. Any player can play it or attach it, I guess, to whatever hero. It's not trait locked or anything. It's super nice. Love it. But let's just get to it. Here we go. Definitely one of the best cards is stick to if stick to Invidus. Stick
Perfect.
to
Go with it.
Invidus. Stick to. I always want to say like Vitus, like
Gingivitis. Yeah.
gingivitis. Stick to Vitus.
Stick to itiveness.
That's what kills me. That's what kills me. Stick to itiveness. Stick to
Yep.
itiveness. Thank
Good
you.
job, Ryan.
Yes, this one is definitely one of the best ones. It takes a card that really just wasn't that great in the base set and makes it so much better. Who doesn't want a ready? Am I right?
I think you're right. And it stays out. That's probably the other big thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Is it tenacity is based off of? You got to discard it.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
Agreed.
I think an honorable mention here, Ryan, is for these upgrades is the kind of the fun cards that you get to put icons and tokens on the cards. I said
The
icons
meta
and tokens.
games.
Yeah, the little meta games. Those are pretty cool. Like that
Yeah.
way they kind of incorporated some of that.
Yeah, I agree. I think rock, paper, scissors, tic tac toe, and war, those meta games, they're fun cards to play. And they're pretty helpful as well. So,
Yeah, I think I ran a rock paper scissors out of the Age of Apocalypse campaign with Magic, and it was just pretty much cheating. So
it was cheating, which is great. I'm trying to look at the other ones. Blackout's one of the other meta games. That's not too bad.
yeah, and then you got a couple of some weapons in there, Ryan. If you were gonna go up against a bad guy, would you take a bazooka or laser swords?
I honestly am not a big fan of either one, but I would rather do laser swords, I think, because the bazooka, well, yeah, you have to discard it, so it's a one shot. It's just never been a big fan of it.
All right, makes sense.
All right, let's see. We did upgrades. Why don't we jump over to the allies?
Allies, okay.
I think my personal favorite out of all of them is gonna be Headpool.
Don't mind, Ryan.
Oh, that was your. Thank
Well, I just like what
goodness.
he does. I think that's why he's like the funny one. I like what his response makes the bad guys do.
Yes, I like the response, and I like that his, I guess, bad symbol, is it accelerator? Is that what it's called?
That's an amplify icon.
Amplify, same thing. And
Sure.
amplify symbol, I don't think is that bad out of all the symbols, so that's why I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. And I think the overall thing, just to kind of call out, is the big things with them is they have no consequential damage because they all come with bad icons.
Yep.
All right, Ryan, are you ready? Ready for the game?
Here it comes.
Here we go. Ryan, have you ever played with Bob, Agent of Hydra?
Yes, I have played with Bob.
All right, man, it's a short game this time. I got maybe one or two more for you.
Okay.
Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
I have not. That 4 cost
Okay,
kills me.
Yeah. Panda Pool.
Also, that 2 or the 4 cost kills me, and it's got the extra card, and I don't like that symbol.
Yeah, those hazard
Yep.
icons are no fun. Is that the only
Great
one?
unit.
Yeah. Panda gets you. Oh no, and Negasonic. So yeah,
Well,
it's no fun.
Scott, have you ever played Lady Pool?
No. I'm trying to look at who comes. Is it Dog Pool, Head Pool, and Kid Pool that come in his precon?
Maybe.
Yeah, those have been in a deck I've played. And I've played Head Pool.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Bob is pretty good. I think Head Pool is pretty good. I think Dog Pool is not too bad.
No, I agree with you.
I think Kid Pool is also all right. That piercing's kind of nice. But other than that,
Yeah, but Deadpool has piercing, so
okay, fine.
I guess if
Well,
you're not
you
a
might not be
Deadpool,
Deadpool.
yeah, right. Who plays? I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. Who plays pool without being Deadpool?
Oh man, I've done it. No, don't tell anybody. All
Yeah.
right, Scott. Let's go to a quick one right here. I do have some gripe about it. Let's go to the resources.
Okay. I think this one, they're all the same, right?
Yes, they are all the same, but they have different names and different symbols.
Yes. So pick
Like
your
the resource.
favorite one, either based off of the name or the card art, I guess.
It's all funny. It's between self-confidence and self-preservation. I'm gonna go with self-preservation.
That's what I was gonna pick, Ryan.
That art's funny, and it's always nice to preserve yourself, I guess.
Oh, sure. You're running from dogs, Ryan.
Running from dogs. Yeah, they're all the same card, just different names so that they have different symbols attached to them. I don't think you needed to do that, but I guess they felt they needed to do that.
Yeah, I guess so. It's a decent card.
Yeah, I I like what it does. I just am confused why it really had to be 3.
All right, Ryan.
But
Let's go. Since you're the side scheme guy, which one of the player side schemes is your favorite?
oh, of course you would do that. I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I think the best player side scheme in the pool aspect is none of them.
Oh, ouch.
Yes, listeners, there's only one player side scheme for the Deadpool aspect, and it is Live Dangerously. I love the art. I think it's really good. I just don't like what it does.
Yeah, having all those icons, it's rough.
It's my issue is simply the crisis icon. Remove that, and it'd be so much better.
Okay, I can see that. But
I mean,
Ryan, you gotta live dangerously now.
but it's not dangerously. It's self-defeating because you play it and then you're automatically like, well, I have to get rid of it because I can't thwart the main scheme. So now,
Well, you gotta live dangerously.
well, that's the thing is it says each identity gets +2 hand size. So when you play it, you don't even get the benefit, really. You have to wait an entire encounter phase.
You just gotta wait till the end of the player phase, and you get it.
Okay, that's true. That's true. Not the encounter phase. But you're most likely gonna have to deal with it just to then get rid of it.
Yes, then you'll have to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right, you have to at least let it live out there for one villain phase to make it do anything.
Yeah. So I don't like it that you can't leave it out there to just marinate. So I would have liked it.
You need somebody to play some card that blanked it, right?
Well, if you blanked it, then you blank out the
Oh, but then you blank
hand
everything,
size
right?
too.
So,
Yeah.
so I guess that would do anything. Never mind.
So you need a way around it. So like a shadow cat could really benefit from that.
Sure. You need somebody that can just ignore a crisis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can do that, then it's not that bad. But yeah, I hate that you can't just leave it out and to live dangerously. It's more like you're just gonna do something dangerously. See what I mean?
Sure.
But I do like the art.
Live dangerously thing I'll insert right here. Okay.
17?
Hit me.
You have 17, sir.
I like to live dangerously.
4. 21. 5. I'll stay. I suggest you hit, sir.
I also like to live dangerously.
As you wish, sir. 20 beats your 5.
Seamless.
And I won't tell you about it. You'll have to listen, Ryan. And then you'll laugh, okay?
I'm sure I will.
So laugh right now. Perfect.
That was so genuine.
So genuine. I could feel it.
That's right. That's right. All right. We got 2 more left. Events and support. Let's go ahead and do the supports because there's only 2 of them. So it's a 50-50 that you're going to get it right, Scott.
I think the winner clearly is plot convenience.
Oh, yeah. It's so cool. I like it.
Cards that just fetch an ally to your hand. I know they have their place, but I just don't think they're great.
Yeah, I think it's...
Oh, I read that wrong.
Sometimes-
It puts it into play. So no, this is actually a good card. So scratch all that. Deadpool core ship is decent.
Yeah, I mean, it has its place, I guess, especially if you're playing with high-cost allies.
Yeah.
So,
And I guess you have the way out is the potential cost and repercussions of an encounter card worth the cost of an ally.
yeah, because that's ultimately the pull aspect in general. It's kind of like Star-Lord. Is the encounter cards that I'm going to get worth the stuff that I'm doing? And so that's what you're weighing out.
Yeah.
But plot convenience, I just really like what it does. Attaching an aspect card from your hand, face down here, boom, and then add 1 card attached face down here from your hand. Boom. Great way to just like save a card you want. And if you're playing with like Spider-Woman, it can be even cooler.
Yeah. That's true too.
I want to say I might have played this card in Next Evolution. Did I?
Is that the one you picked?
I feel like I played a campaign where I was able to pull this particular card out because I could utilize it pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, man. Last one.
All right, events.
Let's see. There's a couple of decent ones. Some of them I don't think I've ever played. But I think my favorite one of these, honestly, is Get Ragey.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, 0 cost, ready an ally, and it gets +1 attack. Not too bad.
I got this. If you're really digging into that whole icons.
Yes, I agree. I think that one can be really good.
And then I think cut upper is really good.
Yeah, that stun
5 damage and a stun.
really
Yeah.
nice. I have played Mulligan before, it's a very interesting card, but I think it can be good in certain circumstances. But the thing I just don't like is it costs 3 to play. So it's kind of, to me, I feel like it's dumb to cost that much because you have to discard your hand anyways.
Right. Well, I guess they don't want you to play a couple of cards and then have this 1 card in your hand in order to dump it to get a whole new set of 5 or 6. You got to have some type of bad cost, though. You would need to have like an encounter card if you had it that cheap.
But yeah, other than that, I'm not a big fan of pool inspection. Not a big fan of the bomb. I mean, yeah, it does big damage or big thwart, but it costs a whole lot of money, and I don't got a whole lot of money.
Well, if you've got all those pool resources.
That's true.
I think barely a scratch is good if going back to the whole icon thing.
Yes. What I really want to know is, have you ever played Break Time?
That's a no.
Well, I have. And the question I have for, I guess I was going to say you, but you've already answered it. But maybe question for the listeners. If you have played Break Time, have you actually taken a break from the game, leave the table, read a comic book, and eventually come back so that you can heal to max health?
Good question, Ryan. Or do you just cheat? You cheater. Because we'll tell the FFG police if you have.
Well, that's it. I have never cheated. Every time I've played this, I've taken the appropriate amount of time because FFG is all powerful. Don't hurt me. Yeah, overall, I think some of the events are good. I like the idea of like Cut Upper and Get Ragey, where they're, like we talked about, taking old cards and refining them. But that's all the cards. We didn't really have a lot of options, Scott, which is sad.
Yeah, and I would not want to try and have to develop another set of pool cards.
Well, now that you said that, one of the things that we always talk about after we've gone over it is, where do you want to see the pool aspect go?
You want the real answer, Ryan?
Yes.
I don't think you can handle the real answer.
Are you going to say, like, I hope it goes into the trash?
Well, I will tell you where it is, where it's been for a while. That's just sitting in a random spot in my box. I could not get on board with it.
Well, I think that's like we've talked about before. You're not necessarily a big risk, big reward type player.
Nope.
Yeah, I will actually answer the question, Scott. I would love for them to actually come out with new cards. That's where I think it could go. Keep up with new cards that play off some of the other aspects that no longer get played, and maybe just refine a little bit of these icons. You know, go all in on the icons, but make sure it's balanced, because I find it so weird that the whole premise of the aspect is that you're hurting yourself but getting benefits, but then you also have to play with an additional encounter set to make it harder, even though you're hurting yourself as part of the cards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, the cards aren't as beneficial as you think they are in order to justify the need or cost of having that additional encounter set, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly that.
I mean, I would say some of them are probably better based off of cost curve than other aspects, but I don't think they're like that much more amazing to like justify that difficulty or that additional difficulty.
Yeah. I'm actually really curious if they will ever come back to the full aspect with the announcement of the legacy and all that.
They're just trying to make it die, Ryan. They're trying to get 2 to 3 years past it.
If we make it long enough, maybe they'll forget.
Well, you've heard it here first. This is why they came out with the legacy in current environments, is because of the pull aspect.
Breaking news.
I think they're like they're keeping everybody on the hook. Be like, we may revisit it and da 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 da. No, they want to bury this in a 20-foot hole. Just toss it, tie a center block to it, and chuck it off the cliff.
Come out with a true 5th aspect.
No, they'll just keep their form.
They'll just keep the form. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Cool aspect. You were special when you came out. As Scott says, you're still in the box.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I mean, I've had fun with it, but overall, I don't have that much fun with it. So
it's like the town tricycle, Ryan. Everybody has a ride, but nobody wants to own it.
The town tricycle? Where'd you hear that?
Yeah, I bet there's some people out there that just love the pull aspect, and good for you. I'm happy for you, but it just does not do it for me. For the game.
All right. Well, I will end your suffering. We will we'll close this wonderful episode out, and hopefully people will disagree with us and play the pool aspect and enjoy it, because that's what the game is about. Just play what you want and enjoy.
That's right. Tell us how wrong we are or how right we are. I'm often right, so tell me why you dislike the pool aspect by reaching out to us at marvelchampionspod@gmail.com. And as always, if you want to go from a chump to a champ, listen to the Marvel Champions podcast. Thanks.
Take care.